Greetings, I'm Caffeine Ridge, and I'm back with the Sunday Sampler. This week we're going to be taking a quick look at Pizza Titan Ultra. This is a self-published game by Breakfall, and as per usual, this is a review copy, particularly this week because I'm recording this a few weeks before this actually comes out. This is a very early look at this game. So, what is Pizza Titan Ultra? This is a very, well, if you pardon the turn of phrase, cheesy 80s, 90s pop culture cartoon reference game, which has a lot of inspiration, it feels like, from Crazy Taxi. So before we get going, I really wanted to pop into the options menu because there really isn't anything here. There's the credits and music. I would love to see actual volume sliders here because I'm gonna have to do this in the Windows volume control just so I could hear myself kind of just chatter away. Granted, this is a beta release. This is very early, so this may be more populated later, but right now that's very, very empty. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to talk about real quick. So let's go into the garage. This is the customization screen for your Gundam, your mech, your Titan, whatever you want to call your giant frickin' robot. Because in Pizza Titan Ultra, you are, well, piloting the Titan that contains the Ultra Pizza restaurant. And you're a delivery man. Or woman. And, I mean, it's completely silly, but it's so over the top. I actually really enjoy it. I went into this expecting to either absolutely hate this or absolutely love it, and I lean more towards the love it. There are things I dislike about the game, but I won't get into that. So, parts. We have 7 different categories, even though Scarf, just turns it on and off depending on, what I have here. So we'll just have just the scarf and not an actual face cover. All these parts are cosmetic. So, some of these are obviously inspired. Yeah, let's use the word inspired by pop culture. That looks like Chef Boyardee, doesn't it? Professor Genki? Nah, wrong color. But yeah, some definite inspiration from anime Gundams from, I think there's at least one. Yeah. That's a Transformer. I mean, let's see. Not exactly sure what that is supposed to be outside of just an engine. Maybe it's referencing something, I don't know, but all these are completely cosmetic. What they are doing something very interesting with the cosmetic scheme, where as you unlock the different cosmetics, which require $2,000, which is actually fairly cheap overall, you drive up the power meter that you can see on the right hand side just under the money. And once you unlock enough things, you unlock a new ultimate ability that you could select from before you run the mission. And I'll be perfectly honest, the first one you get is pretty good for most missions. There's some that are more combat oriented, that you want something more than just a very fast sprint. But the sprint's been pretty good to me, so we'll just take a look at some of the options here. You are able to customize each individual arm. So you have like some sort of steampunk combat chef going on here. And the shoes, of course, or the legs, but you can put sneakers on your bot. Even though that's some hideous shoes, but you can repaint them. I do kind of like the sort of cell shading they have going on. It works with this game. But, yeah, there's a lot of references in this game. Pretty much the litmus test, if you're going to get the humor or enjoy the humor of this game, is, does Ready Player One annoy you? If it does, you're not going to enjoy this game. If you absolutely love the humor or the references of Ready Player One and looking for all the little Easter eggs, then you may enjoy this, or at least the humor. So I'm just quickly going through the cosmetics, and there's the other arm as well. I do like the dragons on that. But yeah, let's just stick with this. Oh, and you can also customize the backpack. A turtle shell. So you can basically be Bowser from the looks of it. Even though the scarf does clip through that. It's something that I wish that the scarf would like be hanging off of it instead of just where it was before. Oh, that's definitely a Gundam. If that's not a Gundam, I don't know what is. And you could also customize the paint job. Overall, 3 different colors. Make yourself absolutely hideous or fabulous. Jared, if you're out there, I know what color you would pick. But yeah, overall, I do like the customization of this game. It's pretty easy to get what you want, and it's fairly quick. So let's just go ahead and jump in. There's 2 main game modes, which the story mode is essentially the free run mode with an with an additional milestone. So we'll do the free run, free delivery, and then we'll do a couple of or 1 or 2 of the early missions because I don't want to go too far in. It does go across 8 different areas. So there is a fair amount of variety. That said, the game does say that it's only going to be about 4 hours of story content, so it is short. But 32 overall missions, assuming that it keeps up 3 missions per the 8 areas. But I think a lot of the humor is, seeing who shows up, because some of them were quite surprised, and some of them, well, I did hit one that I had no idea who the hell it was supposed to be. But that's kind of the problem with the, chalking your game full of 80s and 90s references, is that, sometimes it misses because you don't have that particular reference, so the humor is just a miss. So here's your ultra move. I have 2 options out of 4 right now. I have the super sprint, which I've been using 99% of the time, and the chest laser is useful on more combat oriented missions, but those have only really started picking up. So just super sprint, a quick little chat with the crew, different people on the crew and that sort of thing. I wish this was voiced. Not that I don't like the kind of I guess Banjo-Kazooie-esque, for lack of a better term of where to do it, the kind of blah 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 for someone talking. But the game gets very hectic, particularly towards the middle where I actually am right now. And it's all the story is delivered in these text boxes, even whenever you're in the middle of a mission. So it's very easy to miss things like this. And also, well, it's easy to miss indicators just in general. Come on. I've been just clicking through this. This is actually, I think, new. Or I've just been skipping that as I go to free play to get a bit of a feel for the area. So, load it up. Spread in the sauce. Okay, here we go. So here's our Titan. And the order of the game, like I mentioned, it feels inspired by Crazy Taxi, is that you run around, deliver pizza, and try to get as much money as you can, and also beat the snot out of the time-traveling cheese bots. Because, come on, this isn't going to have a serious story as you fist high rises, right? And there's also... well, there's also a little extra thing, is that occasionally you'll get someone that has the option to pick up an additional pizza. I haven't seen these much beyond the initial level. Granted, things do get crazy, so I may just be missing them. Or they may not be in the build I'm running, which is also possible. So there we go, an extra 260 bucks. Or they could just be in the free run, and there's another hidden ingredient. Those are called the ultra ingredients, and you get a money boost for finding each of them, and then another money boost for finding all of them. Anyway, there's another one. They're not terribly well hidden, but that's kind of the point, because some of the missions require you to find at least part of them. And that's essentially the story mode is the free run mode with an additional element. So right now my goal is to just get as much money as I can. Build up the monies, learn the area, because some of the areas actually get a little complex. There's some... Oh, must not jump there. I wanted to grab the things up there, but nope. Some of the... Let's just sprint. Areas get a little complex, so... Oh, and I went right past. Some of the areas get rather complex, so using the free run mode allows you to get a feel for the area without really spending a lot of time in the missions and stuff, which is fun because it's refreshing to have a Crazy Taxi-esque game again. I mean, granted, it's not like the genre's gone away, but yeah, there's been more of a focus on bigger titles, and assuming that the price is right for this game, I could definitely see a fan base around it. So we'll fist this building. We'll grab some Tom Powers. Oh, there's our enemy. Granted, on this level, we get a little bit of reprieve before he shows up, and then he starts throwing things at us in force. Oh, we'll grab some extra Tom. I'm not going to try to run out the timer that much, but... Oh, another custom pizza. Oh. Not doing a great job on that, though. And slice. 310 for it. Pizza in the future is fucking expensive, but then again, it's being delivered by a robot. Oh. Well, a 10-story mech. There's all the ingredients, so you saw the money bonus there as well. Boy, property values must be on a real decline. But the game is very, very weighty in its movement and in its combat. It's something I want to go over real quick. You may have noticed whenever I overshot my target, it took me a while to really reel back around. I'm saving my boost for... Oh, fist the building. My boost for when I get back, like right now. Oh, and I missed a guy back there. Oh well, we'll try to get him on when we go back that way again. You may have noticed that I swung rather wide and had to reel back around, and that's because of how weighty the movement is. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it actually feels like you're running a mech. You can see that, you know, I'm slowly building up speed. I have time to stop. I like that. The thing is that also carries over to combat. So that's kind of a bad thing, because it's easy to get stun locked. It's easy to get caught in in between multiple enemies, or just get staggered several times. So it takes a little bit of finesse to really be able to get a feel for the game. I mean, it's not a terribly hard game, and we missed the pizza guy again. Here, we'll get him now. Ah, missed that one. There. Oh. And we slice. Ah. Just finish it off. Terrible. We run away from that terrible injustice to pizza. Come on. The weightiness of the game I was going over. It does make it feel like you're having to kind of wrangle in the mech, which makes sense. Especially since you're not a professional driver of this thing. In the story, you won a contest. Missed a extra time there. And also, you want to try to avoid going through forests like that. You could jump over it without much problem, but you do get slowed down. Fist that building. So we've already gotten the gold. We have a minute left and it's regenerating. There we go. And it's slowly starting to throw more and more stuff at us. But the game gets rather hectic. I mean, this is the first map. So things get rather crazy rather quickly on later maps. And that's maybe why I haven't really seen the other random pizza guys show up on the other maps, is that it's easy to miss them. Just because there's so much shit. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is the first map. And the camera doesn't help at times, like right there. I mean, it's not a game killer, but I'm starting to run out of energy. Let's run away. Ah! I was trying to grab the energy container there, but I missed it. I clipped it into me when I was trying to hook around them. Oh well, we still got 4,100 gold, or not gold. We got gold, but we got $4,100, so that's actually pretty good with 14 deliveries. So that's a gold medal for us, or a gold pizza slice. And we are back to the level select. So that's pretty much the game, really. The story mode just throws extra things, like this one we have to find some of the hidden ingredients. This one we have to just demolish things. There's others where we have to not demolish things, which is actually a lot harder than what it sounds, because not just because the bot is unwieldy and kind of crazy, but also the fact that the enemies also demolish things, so, and that counts against you. So let's just pop in. We'll do the very first mission, let you see some of the reference and some of the humor, and then we'll wrap things up, because I think that's pretty much it. So, very important pizza. There's 32 of these missions, about 4 hours according to the store page, which I'm 2 hours and some change in, and I'm about halfway through. So, I have to deliver pizza to add time to the clock, and then beat the objective at the same time. Also, as soon as the VIP objective is met, we'll launch the pizza by Rad Rocket Fist. And here we go. Gee, I wonder who that's supposed to be. Ross Roberts? Oh, but yeah, this is the sort of thing that pops up. There's another one. Well, I'll spoil one more. There's Captain Planet pops up in the first chapter. So it gives you an idea of what to expect. But it's not just, it's like, yeah, look, it's Bob Ross. Oh, sorry, Ross Roberts. But, you know, they do bring in the character and make him fit. So it's not just a reference. It's, you know, making it work a little bit more. Also, pizza is fucking expensive in this world. Look, the Ultra Pizza Slice, a single a piece of pizza is $10. Damn. And there's our robotic chef, because, yeah, it's the future. And found some ultra ingredients, which is what we found in the last episode, or last mission that we did. So we could do this pretty quickly. We just need to get 3 of the 5. Processing the order, rolling the dough, spreading that sauce. And there's a slight delay here just because I'm recording. When I'm not recording, this is pretty much instantaneous. But, yeah, this is the beta of this game, so let's see, there's the bell pepper here. But you can see, yeah, it's giving me that story through text boxes, which is not ideal because, well, it's easy to miss, especially if I'm trying to pay attention to, what I'm stomping on. Let's not even deliver a pizza, because we have 10 minutes to do this. And there's our last bit. Mission complete. That's the first mission. But of course I already knew where the ingredients were. But you could also go in and learn them through the free play mode, because the ingredients are always in the same spot. So it's not exactly tough to do. And then we launch the rocket fist. It absolutely destroys his living room. Your pizza, Mr. Roberts. Titanium white mozzarella. It's just something, well, if you pardon the turn of phrase, cheesy about this game that I like. I'm not expecting this to be a particularly deep game. I'm not expecting it to be a very expensive game. But it's been fun. And that's really what I've been looking for lately, because gaming lately has been all about very shallow, very expensive games. So if this ends up launching at the right price, I think this could work out. But that, I think, does it, really. I mean, I showed you a story mission. I showed you the free play. I think that's it. My big complaint really is just, especially on the more combat-oriented missions, and you do have to unlock these areas. I've unlocked 2 of these areas ahead of time, just by playing around in free play mode. I got through to Midtown, or beat Midtown. But they're not that expensive. I mean, I could unlock all but the last chapter right now. I mean, granted, I'd be missing out on a little bit of story if I could go ahead, but oh well. But yeah, overall, I think it's not a bad little game. I'm not expecting it to be very expensive, but I had fun with it, and that's what really counts. So, as always, constructive feedback is greatly appreciated, either in the comments below, or if you don't really have anything to say but want to let me know that you enjoyed and or hated this, the appropriate buttons are down below, and subscribe if you see more of the Sunday Sampler or my other content. Thank you for watching, and okay, the game was a little cheesy this time around. It's not exactly a deep dish pizza, but it's filling. It hits the spot. I'll stop that now. I'll see you next time with more of the Sunday Sampler.